Hi, it's me, Nancy today. I'm back. Guess what I realized? I realized that I have a lot of negative thoughts. I do. I have lots of negative thoughts. I have to change my life. So, out with the old, in with the new. So, I need to listen more to these positive affirmations. Like videos of them. There was one I found. It was really good. I shared it on my Facebook page. But I just love coming down here. So beautiful. We need to love our surroundings. We need to put happy thoughts into our surroundings and put, they say to put love in your room or send love, and I didn't really hold much stock in that. I didn't really think that that was of much use, but I think it might be if we think positive thoughts, it changes everything. I read once The Power of Positive Thinking years ago, and it really influenced my life. I've always been a pretty positive person, but I was surprised at how much I'm not a positive person anymore. Is my Willem coming down the path? I called the house, and I asked, I don't think he could hear me. I wanted him to bring the snowblower down, to drive it down here, and then I could snowblow this again. It's pretty hard for my walker to get through. But there's nothing to fear, it's only change. I am safe. God loves me and I am safe. God is watching over me, babysitting. Everything that happens to me is good. It is all good for me. It is all for my growth and to develop love. God is watching over me and I am safe. I heard her say that. I thought, what a strange thing to say. I am safe. And I think, I'm always safe. And then I was with a group of people, and I said that to me. I have a right to be here. I deserve to be here. God loves me and wants good things for me. God is watching over me, and I am safe. And when I say those words, I am safe, like I'm just making all the rest of this up, putting it together. I mean, it's stuff I heard from the affirmations tape, or CD, or YouTube video. I thought Willem was coming down here. I thought I heard his car. Willem? I love being down here. This is my very favorite place, is to be down here looking at this. Love where you live, it says. Sometimes I see my surroundings not as I see them, but as other people will see them. And so then I think negatively about them. Because I'm imagining how other people see things. Like, I don't know. You see, I don't mind if... What am I really thinking here? But I lost it. Yeah, I think in my own world, it's probably like most people. Like, you don't, anyway, I have to not negative think about the stuff around me. For instance, sometimes I look at this view. This is what I wanted to say. When I look at this view right here, right now, and I would like to walk over there, and I look at it and I think, it's so terrible that we never did it at the beginning, and we didn't keep it open, because now it's going to be really hard to open. You know, and that's a real negative way to look at it. You can look at it as, it's beautiful right here this way. I can sit and turn and look from all directions. I can watch and study all the bushes. Have I even looked at all the bushes to see if there's bird nests in them? I don't see any bird nests in these bushes. Huh. You know, there's different kinds of birds in different places, and when you go to that place, you'll always find that kind of bird. And unless the cat's got them. Whereas we've got a feral cat that got up on my balcony and ate 2 birds. You see, now I think that's a pretty negative thing. I think, cat, go away. Don't eat the birds. So I always think about cats. There's blood on the feathers. You know, like these poor little tiny chickadee, he had his skin ripped off. Can you imagine what that must have felt like? Maybe he died of his heart attack as soon as the cat caught him. No, they don't do that. They struggle to get away. And then they either get away or they don't. And that's the thing that cats like, is the chase, isn't it? Of course, they also like to eat them. But like mice, they just want to chase it and play with it. Anyway, so here's more negative thoughts, right? So I have to not have negative thoughts and feelings about that. When I look out on the deck, I need to see wonderful things. I need to see there's a cat, a good cat. That cat is being a cat. It needs to be, but the birds need to be protected from that cat. And so I took all the bird feeders in. Well, I like seeing the birds, but the thought of that cat catching the hairy woodpecker that comes all the time to the suet feeder, or the downy woodpecker that will go and hop around and find things even on the floor. Mostly they don't like to do that. They like to be vertical. Anyway, and so I have negative thoughts about these things. Every problem, she says, every problem that comes up is just change. There's nothing to fear, it's only change. Well, there's other things about problems. Every problem is for your good. See, I'll get smarter as I try and figure out a way to outsmart the cat. Because I can't just think, oh, cat eats birds, that's lovely. Because I want to protect the birds. I love my birds. I love that cat too. It's a nice cat. But when you feed a cat, they'll come around, right? Well, I think we're feeding them birds. We have so many feeders around and so many birds, and they're down low where we can see them through windows, or they're on my balcony beside my chair, which is on the inside of the house. Anyway, so that's a little problem. But I have to look at it positively. So I have some ideas. But then I went to look and I saw that this one, there's a ladder leaning against the house that goes right up to the base of the balcony, which is probably, it should be put away, right? But anyway, so it's got at least 2 inches of ice about a foot up that are holding it in. But that's where we have been moving all the, that's where all the snow falls off the roof. So it's really well packed. There's no way you're going to snow blow it out of there or shovel it. Although things like that have been known to happen. Anyway, so I have, I tried Willem. I asked Willem, would he move that ladder? Well, he couldn't because it was too solid in the ice. So then I look now and I see there's all these boards that are leaning up against, that construction going on. And so things are changing. There's nothing to fear. It's only change. And change is good for me. I'm out of my comfort zone. Anyway, we see negative things in what we see as imperfect. Anything that we see that's imperfect is a negative thought, which, in order to fix things, I thought I heard a deer. Oh, it's a bird. In order to fix things, You have to notice that something is not the right way. It's a challenge then. Is it a bad thing? Are you seeing a negative thing? Turn around, look at the hills now. No, it's an opportunity. It's a really awesome opportunity to do something. You know, like there's sometimes nothing to do. Uh-oh. I can't go off the path here now. I gotta stay on the path. So, my problem with, you see these tracks? These tracks are going into the gypsy cabin, the shelter. Anyway, and I thought, oh, look, I wonder what's going on in there. I wonder how it looks in there, if there's snow in there. You know, hey, look, it's dripping. It's not that cold today. It's really nice. I'd like to just sit here forever. I have responsibilities today. Why do you have to have responsibilities on beautiful days? So nice. Look at how beautiful it is. Oh, so this is my situation. This is my solution to this not having been plowed, or that over there. Snowshoes and sticks. Now, I don't know if I can even get these snowshoes on account of my not being able to bend that well or touch my feet. It's pretty bad when you can't touch your feet. I stretched the other day. See, now that was a negative thought. It's pretty bad when you can't reach your feet. Say, my back is the way it is. I mean, it's okay. If I stretch my head way up and just hold it there, pull against those tight muscles, and then they'll release. But I don't go too far, I just go a little bit. Just push into the edge of the tight muscle, and then it'll release, and then push a little harder. I was snow blowing a path to the playground yesterday, and I had it in first gear, and I was doing it like letting it just go, and it was climbing the hill, climbing the snow in front of it. It would go straight for a while, then it would just climb its way out, and then it'd be laying on the ground, and I'd have to push it in reverse and get out of there. Anyway, so so nice here. Wow, look at this. We have so much. What a beautiful planet. You know, some of you may think, oh, I wish I lived there. Oh, I wish that was my yard. You know, I can be with people sometimes, but I always want to come here. Be alone. It's okay to be alone. I love being alone. But I'm not alone because you're here. And I think expressing myself is really important. Saying it. Not everybody wants to hear what you've got to say. And so if it's just your husband sitting around, you could really chat his ear off all the time. But instead I chat your ear off. Not that bad, I guess. Do you know another blessing? To have color in the winter. And you know, like if you look around, like where's the color, right? What color is it all? Look at the blue shadows. Oh, I love blue shadows in the winter. They're blue the rest of the year too, but you can't see it. Anyway, when it's all white, you know, if you close your eyelids for a minute, what color is that? This color changes. If I breathe in and relax, I think it's a bit of yellow on my eyelids. And when I'm looking in the sun, oh my gosh, oh, look at that. It's orange and yellow and oh, and if I open my eyelids, like leave my eyelids closed, but just, wow, what a difference in the amount of light. It's really bright when I do this. And when I do that, it's like my eyelids are too big. I don't understand how they got to be too big.